China in the early 1900s was a nation on the edge, torn between old dynasties and a new world order. Poverty, warlords, and foreign powers had carved it apart. But from this chaos, one man would rise, not just to lead, but to reshape China forever. This is the story of Mao Zedong's rise to power, a story of ambition, revolution, and transformation. Mao Zedong was born in 1893 in a small village in Hunan Province. His father was a strict farmer, harsh and practical. But Mao was restless. He devoured books, history, politics, and stories of rebellion. As a teenager, he witnessed China's humiliating decline under foreign influence. The Qing dynasty had collapsed, and the Republic of China was born. But the dream of unity quickly faded into chaos. Peasants starved while the elite feasted. Warlords fought for control, and ordinary citizens were crushed in between. For Mao, one thing became clear. The old China had to die for a new one to be born. In 1918, Mao graduated from the Teachers' Training School in Changsha, but his true education was just beginning. By 1919, China erupted in protest. Students, workers, and intellectuals all marching in what became known as the May 4th movement. They demanded modernization, democracy, and national pride. Mao, inspired by these cries, began reading Marx and Lenin. He saw in communism a blueprint, not just for equality, but for revolution. By 1921, in a small room in Shanghai, the Communist Party of China was born. Among its founding members was a young, determined Mao Zedong, still unknown, but already burning with vision. Mao understood something others didn't. China's true strength wasn't in its cities, it was in its peasants. While most revolutionaries looked to industrial workers, Mao turned to the countryside. He believed that the peasants, long exploited, could become the engine of a social revolution. In the 1920s, he began organizing farmers in Hunan, writing essays like The Report on an Investigation of the Peasant Movement, where he declared, "A revolution is not a dinner party. It is an act of violence by which one class overthrows another." His radical ideas alarmed even his fellow communists. But Mao was convinced that if communism were to succeed in China, it had to speak the language of the fields, not the factories. In the late 1920s, Mao's communist movement joined forces with the Kuomintang under Chiang Kai-shek to unite China. But this alliance was doomed from the start. Chiang feared communist influence, and in 1927, he struck. Tens of thousands of communists were executed in what became known as the Shanghai Massacre. The Communist Party was shattered. Mao fled to the mountains, his forces battered but not broken. It was in the Jinggang Mountains that Mao began to rebuild, creating guerrilla bases, training loyal soldiers, and refining his ideas of people's warfare. Here, the legend of Mao the Revolutionary truly began.